Episode number 375. The storm broke about 10 o'clock. Milady felt a consolation in seeing nature partake of the disorder of heart. The thunder growled in the air like the passion and anger in her thoughts. It appeared to that the blast as it swept along disheveled brow, as it bowed the branches of the trees and bore away the leaves. She howled as the hurricane howled, and the voice was lost in the great voice of nature, which also seemed to groan with despair. All at once she heard a tap at a window, and by the help of a flash of lightning she saw the face of a man appear behind the bars. She ran to the window, and opened it. "Felton!" cried she. "I am saved." "Yes," said Felton. "But silence, silence. I must have time to file through these bars. Only take care that I am not seen through the wicket." "Oh, it is a proof that the Lord is on our side, Felton," replied Milady. "They have closed up the grating with a board." "That is well. God has made them senseless," said Felton. "But what must I do?" asked Milady. "Nothing, nothing, only shut the window. Go to bed, or at least lie down in your clothes. As soon as I have done I will knock on one of the panes of glass. But will you be able to follow me?" "Oh, yes." "Your wound gives me pain, but will not prevent my walking." "Be ready, then, at the first signal." Milady shut the window, extinguished the lamp, and went, as Felton had desired her, to lie down on the bed. Amid the moaning of the storm she heard the grinding of the file upon the bars, and by the light of every flash she perceived the shadow of Felton through the panes. She passed an hour without breathing, panting, with a cold sweat upon her brow, and her heart oppressed by frightful agony at every movement she heard in the corridor. There arose, which last a year. At the expiration of an hour, Felton tapped again. Milady sprang out of bed, and opened the window. 2 bars removed formed an opening for a man to pass through. "Are you ready?" asked Felton. "Yes. Must I take anything with me?" "Money, if you have any." "Yes. Fortunately they have left me all I had." "So much the better, for I have expended all mine in chartering a vessel." "Here," said Milady, placing a bag full of louis in Felton's hands. Felton took the bag, and threw it to the foot of the wall. "Now," said he, "will you come?" "I am ready." Milady mounted upon a chair, and passed the upper part of her body through the window. She saw the young officer suspended over the abyss by a ladder of ropes. For the first time an emotion of terror reminded her that she was a woman.